Welcome to Film Pulse Movies. Today, we'll dive into the story of this movie and also take a look at the cast and crew who worked on it. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Now, let's get into the video. What if one ordinary man, tired of being ignored, decided to fight back against the system that broke him? A Working Man, 2025, follows the emotional journey of Sam Turner, a blue-collar worker who has sacrificed everything for his family and his job. After decades of loyalty, he finds himself cast aside by a greedy corporation that values profit over people. Struggling with unemployment, debt, and the fear of losing his family, Sam's world begins to crumble. But when he uncovers the company's dark secrets and exploitation of workers, he decides to stand up, not just for himself, but for every man and woman like him. What starts as one man's fight for dignity soon transforms into a powerful movement that challenges corruption, injustice, and the very system designed to silence the working class. What happens when a simple working man is pushed beyond his limits? A Working Man, 2025, is a gripping tale of sacrifice, injustice, and one man's courage to rise against the system. The story centers on Sam Turner, a hard-working factory employee who has spent most of his life providing for his family. Day and night, he puts in the effort, believing his loyalty and sweat will one day pay off. But when the company he dedicated his life to suddenly lays him off without compensation, Sam's world collapses. With bills piling up and his family on the edge of losing everything, Sam tries to find honest work but faces rejection at every turn. His faith begins to crumble, until he discovers shocking evidence of corruption and exploitation within the corporation that betrayed him. Fueled by anger and desperation, Sam decides he cannot stay silent anymore. What starts as a lonely battle quickly inspires other workers to join him. Together, they rise against greed, exploitation, and injustice. The film delivers raw emotion, tense confrontations, and a powerful message. Sometimes it takes one working man to spark a revolution. When a man who has given his life to work is betrayed by the very system he served, he becomes more dangerous than anyone imagined. Sam Turner is not a hero, not a soldier, not a millionaire. He's just a man who wakes up every morning, clocks into the factory, and sacrifices his dreams for the sake of his family. For decades, he has worked with faith that his labor matters, that one day his children will live better than him. But when the company he built his life around decides to replace workers with machines, Sam and thousands of others are thrown out. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and make sure to like and share as well. Now, let's continue with the video. Like broken tools. At first, Sam tries to endure. He searches for jobs, begs for opportunities, and even takes humiliating side work just to keep food on the table. But every door shuts in his face. Debt collectors circle. His family begins to break apart. The world sees him as a failure. That's when Sam uncovers a brutal truth. The company never struggled. They grew richer while destroying the lives of men like him. Something inside Sam snaps. What begins as anger turns into resistance. He rallies other forgotten workers, men and women who have nothing left to lose. Together, they challenge the system, risking prison, violence, and even their lives. The streets become their battleground, their voices become their weapons, and Sam, the quiet worker, becomes the reluctant leader of a revolution. They thought he was just another worker, but when they took everything from him, they awakened a fighter who would not be silenced. Sam Turner is the definition of the everyday man. 4 years, he woke up before dawn, wore out his body in the factory, and returned home exhausted, yet proud that his hard work kept his family safe. He believed in loyalty, in honesty, and in the simple dignity of earning a living. But all of that is shattered when his company, corrupt to the core, decides that men like Sam are no longer useful. In a single meeting, his life's work is erased. No pension. No backup plan. Just betrayal. At first, Sam tries to survive quietly. He takes odd jobs, struggles to pay rent, and hides his despair from his wife and children. Every rejection chips away at his pride. Every unpaid bill tightens the noose. The man who once stood tall begins to break under the weight of hopelessness. But fate has other plans. When Sam discovers documents exposing years of corporate corruption, illegal profits, stolen wages, and schemes that ruined countless families, he realizes this is not just about him. This is about every working man and woman who has been used, broken, and discarded. Sam takes a stand. Alone at first, but his courage sparks a fire. Co-workers, neighbors, and even strangers who've suffered the same fate rally to his side. The movement grows, spreading like wildfire across the city. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and make sure to like and share as well. Now, let's continue with the video. What begins as protests turns into a rebellion, ordinary people refusing to bow to greed and exploitation. The battle is brutal. Sam faces threats, betrayal, and violence from those in power. But through his pain, he discovers his true strength, not in his fists, but in his voice, his leadership, and his unshakable belief that no man should be treated as disposable. A Working Man, 2025, is a thunderous story of sacrifice, justice, and the unstoppable power of ordinary people when they refuse to stay silent. It's not just the fight of one man, it's the uprising of a generation. He gave his life to the system. The system gave him nothing in return. Now, one man's pain will ignite a war for justice. Sam Turner isn't a superhero. He isn't rich, powerful, or trained for battle. He's just a man who spent 30 years of his life inside a factory, trading his youth and strength for a steady paycheck. Day after day, he believed his work had meaning, that his loyalty would be rewarded. But one morning, with a cold memo and a handshake, everything is taken from him. No pension. No security. No respect. Just the reality that he has been thrown away like scrap metal. First, Sam tries to keep his dignity. He tells his family things will be fine, but each passing week makes the truth harder to hide. Job interviews end in rejection. Bills pile up. Debt collectors circle like vultures. His children begin to see him not as a protector, but as a broken man. And the system? Silent. Uncaring. Cruel. But destiny changes when Sam uncovers the corporation's darkest secret, proof that his layoff wasn't just bad business, but part of a scheme built on fraud, exploitation, and human suffering. This discovery is his breaking point. No longer the silent worker, Sam decides to fight back. First, it's one man's lonely war. He storms offices, confronts corrupt officials, and demands justice. But soon, his courage inspires others. Factory workers, delivery drivers, nurses, and countless forgotten men and women join his cause. The working class begins to rise, and Sam becomes the face of their struggle. The fight escalates beyond anything Sam imagined. Peaceful marches turn violent when authorities crack down. Corporate enforcers threaten his life. Friends are arrested. But Sam refuses to surrender. For the first time in his life, he isn't just surviving, he's leading. In the film's heart-stopping climax, Sam stands before thousands, declaring that a working man's life is worth more than any profit margin. His words ignite a revolution that shakes the foundations of power. He may have started as just one man against the system, but now he's the voice of millions. A Working Man, 2025, is more than a movie, it's a rallying cry. A story of resilience, rebellion, and the unstoppable force of ordinary people when they rise together.